Hello, it's Leshix here, and today I will show you my version of Rogue's Death Trap build in Season 7 of Diablo 4, Season of Witchcraft. This is my first full-time story playing Rogue class because I have always thought there was too much clicking around and the class itself was complicated. But this setup is very friendly, good for both casual players as well as for those who just wanna push. Not too much clicking for normal play, 2 skill buttons are enough to clear everything fast and have a lot of fun from it. Build is maybe done in 50%, so there's plenty to improve yet, and I was already able to do pit 105. So first things first, this is very similar to what you already might have seen in previous seasons, but we have few new aspects which give us extra damage. If you don't know yet, this build is about spamming our ultimate skill, Death Trap. And you ask, how are we supposed to do it? It's all about some cooldown reduction on gear, and this rogue specialization here, Preparation. Which, when you have 75 energy, it reduces your ultimate skill cooldown by 5. So you need to have at least 150 energy to reduce your ultimate cooldown by 10. Then if you have less than 10 seconds cooldown on Death Trap, you're ready to go. So how can we reduce our cooldown reduction from 45 seconds on Death Trap to 10 seconds? Firstly, put some points in it. Then we can add some items. Ring of Starless Skies is good. It gives us 3 to core skills. And famous Harlequin Crest, which give us 4 ranks to all skills. Take note here that my Shaco is really bad, it has only 31 cooldown reduction %, so it's possible to go up to 50, but it doesn't really matter that much. We have already 21 seconds, so now we're adding another items. Beastfall boots are very good, and for example, some amulet with Death Trap cooldown reduction, 25% here, and 22, almost 23% cooldown reduction on Death Trap in my ring. And from now on, you are ready to go. You have less than 10 seconds cooldown on Death Trap. The description says if Death Trap kills an enemy, its cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds, so you basically can spam it. If you kill an enemy, of course. If you're not able to kill, Preparation will help you. We're using also Scoundrel's Leathers here. This is kinda tricky because we don't have inner sight specialization, but we're using it just for damage reduction from enemies affected by trap skills, some additional maximum life here, and our trap and grenade skills are also considered core skills, which is pretty good. Then Fists of Fate and our unique pants, Eyes in the Dark, maximum life, ultimate damage, additional damage reduction from enemies affected by trap skills. And what's more important, our Death Trap deals 150% multiplicative increased damage and will rearm itself once after activating. Then Beastfall Boots. I'm using a bow here. As you can see, it's not the best one. You wanna have damage to close enemies here and chance for Death Trap to deal double damage. Casting an ultimate skill increases our damage by 60% for 8 seconds, and we gain 2 additional ultimate skill ranks thanks to it. And some decent amulet here. I have resistance to all elements just to cap this. Another damage to close enemies, which is very important, and Death Trap cooldown reduction. And another important aspect here, which allow us increase our ultimate damage even more. Now this sword here, also with damage to close enemies. I have really bad poison trap duration here, bad luck. So what you should have here is the chance for Death Trap to deal double damage, as you can see in the second sword here. But the most important here is this aspect. Caltrop, Smoke Grenade and Death Trap receive your Stun Grenade benefits and throw Stun Grenades. So basically our Death Trap is now Stun Grenade. and all of our stun grenades benefits are applied to our death trap. So as you can see here, your stun grenades deal 45 multiplied increased damage. So back to the ring, when you evade or shadow step, you drop a cluster of exploding stun grenades, but what's more important, our stun grenades deal another 45% increased damage. And another one here, when you spend 75 energy, which we do basically all the time, we stun enemies for 1 second, and our stun grenades deal another 45% increased damage. So basically you just spam death trap, pull in all the enemies and then stun them. And lastly, Ring of Starless Skies, which increase our damage even more, up to 50%. Skill tree is pretty common. Use barrage here, we've improved the barrage, which allow us making enemies vulnerable for 2 seconds. And a lot of things for more and more increased damage, like caltrops, unstable elixirs, balestra, and 50% increased damage to chilled enemies, 30% against frozen. For the key passive, I suggest going for close quarter combat, but if you are struggle with some energy and cooldown reduction on death trap, you might wanna try exposure. For our Paragon, we start with Control Glyph, then moving to Chip Shot Legendary Node with Ambush Glyph, then Deadly Ambush with Turf, Exploit Weakness with Snare, and lastly No Witnesses Legendary Node with Versatility Glyph. Mercenary, I'm using right here, he's pretty good, with Grand Slam, additional 50% resistant to all elements, Bastion, and another increased damage. And as a reinforcement, Variana with Bloodthirst. For our Witchcraft power, we go with Pyranado, but also Doom Orb is quite good. And additional powers are Aura of Siphoning for additional poison damage and heal, Hex of Whispers, Purging Touch, Aura Specialization, and Soul Harvest. Aura Specialization is pretty amazing, we deal 35% increased critical strike damage to enemies within your auras, and we have Aura all the time because of Aura of Siphoning here. Hex of Whispers for some additional fortify, but the main thing here is Purging Touch, and with this our Eldrid Effect deal 30% increased damage to all enemies, and it's only 10 out of 20 as you can see here. And what is Eldritch Effects? If you have this seasonal gem here, while you have an aura active, and we have also always aura active, our ultimate skill are also treated as Eldritch. So basically our ultimate skill deal another 10% increased damage. These are actually all the basics of this build. It's very easy to play and fun, you just go and use Death Trap, or better yet, just stand around and wait for everything to be pulled. Thanks for watching, I was a bit stressed, but it will get better next time. Consider leaving a subscribe. Bye!